Honored to be here, and today's topic would be authenticity. When I first started to attend my new school, I was completely shocked. I was shocked by the idea that people were divided in groups. I saw the categorization in people. And I came to the new school with my friend, and my friend got along with them very easily because he pretended that he liked those things. Like the whole class, 35 people were divided in two groups. Like some of them really liked playing video games, some of them liked playing other games. So I also wanted to be one of them. I also wanted to pretend that I liked those things in order to fit in that society. I just wanted to fit in, and I wanted to pretend that I liked those things in order to get the attention, in order to have a friend who would give me a warm shoulder at school. So at that time, I did it for months. I pretended to be someone whom I wasn't for months. And that was the fact that pretending was so exhausting. At the end, I realized that it was draining, completely draining. That was exhausting. When I pretended to like the things that I didn't actually like, such as playing video games, watching animational movies, I pretended that I liked those things in order to be friends with those cool boys at my school. And at the end, I realized that I got exhausted both mentally and physically. That was a time that I understood that I wasn't myself. And oftentimes we just struck with the idea that we have like fear of judgment. When we want to show our uniqueness, we just fear that people would judge us. I was the person who would just, get the judgment when I just admitted that I liked singing. Well, I'm not really into playing video games. And at the end, I just said them that I'm not into that. I'm into creative art. I love making scenarios. I love making films. So at the end, then, they ignored me. They judged me by the fact that I was the person who wasn't into that group. And the fact is, everything went ease. I mean, everything was with ease and everything was with complete energy. At the end, I realized that the judgment suppresses our authenticity. Well, others judge us. We're just afraid that that would just hurt our emotional being, mental health. And at that time, we just hide our emotions. I was the person who tried to hide my emotions because I just thought that they would react differently. I just cared about their opinion a lot. Overthinking came, self-doubt came, and I was the person who was completely drained. And then we just perform a self-mask. When we want to be in that group, we just perform the self-mask. But I chose to be myself. At the end, I chose to be myself, and I chose to do the things which are actually best for me. I chose to do the creative art. I chose to admit everyone that I don't like their interest. And at that time, I just realized that it brings me energy. The energy was on me. The confidence was on me. Well, some people tell that, in my personality, I don't have confidence. But confidence is not personality. Confidence is willingness to try. When we want to be authentic, when we want to be ourselves, we just want to try it, and confidence comes. While pretending, we just have a self-doubt. For example, I just pretended that I have expertise on wrestling. At the end, I had a self-doubt. I would just be afraid that they would ask me about some tips on it or whatsoever. And then it brings you confidence and energy. When you do the things that are actually best for you, it brings you energy. But if you want to be yourself, there is a bitter truth, I believe. So you gotta disappoint some people. That's the number one truth that you should accept. You gotta disappoint some people. For example, when I wanted to attend some exchange programs which offered me funding to study in the US 1 year, my grandparents were the first people who judged me. They said that it was so dangerous. They said that it was a thing that keeps me like in a wrong position. They just said that it was not so good. Then my teacher started to judge me, and she was disappointed by the fact that I was the person who chose to study abroad, or I was the person who studied creative art. They were the people who were disappointed, and the fact that matters is we shouldn't let their questioning to question the decisions that are actually best for us. We know who we are. I mean, some people tell that they don't know who they are, or they just tell that they don't know their hobbies. But we know who we are, and we know what's actually best for us. So we gotta choose what is best for us, and we shouldn't care how others think about us. If they're disappointed, let them be disappointed. If you want to be authentic, if you want to reach the level of authenticity and you need to sacrifice someone's emotions, then let them down. I mean, if you want to be yourself, if that's the barrier, then let them down. Let them be disappointed because you gotta choose what is best for you, not them. So, and there is no shame in who we are. I just noticed it a lot. I mean, I myself, when I do some faulty things, when I do something wrong, I judge myself a lot. I just criticize myself a lot. But while for complimenting, we just cannot compliment ourselves because it's so hard. Why is that? I mean, why is that complimenting is so hard, but criticizing ourselves is so easy? So there is the part comes, no shame in who you are. If you do something great, if you do something which is best for you, your hobbies, your interests, the way you live, the way you behave, if you do that, so continue doing that. Love what you do. And we don't choose our appearance. Some people want to change their appearance. They want to do some makeup, or they want to do some plastic surgery because they want to look great in social media. But we don't choose our personality, or we don't choose our appearance because it's the appearance that we are born with. But while others try to just fix everything on us and blame themselves. And also, we shouldn't be perfect, but we should be like authentic. While people try to be perfect, they should know the fact that no one is perfect. And for example, imagine the vase that is broken. For example, the vase is broken and the flower is still flourishing in it, right? If the part of vase is broken, flower is still flourishing. So that's why we should know the fact that no one is perfect, and love the way you live and the way you behave. So basically, and there is no comparison. When you want to be authentic, when you want to be the true version of yourself, there is no comparison. While I see the people, I myself was the person who compared myself to others. I was the person who considered my friends being my opponents. When I took the exam, I just worried what kind of results will they get. I just worried they would get higher, and I just worried about others. I always compared myself. I always was the person who made a self-comparison. While if you want to be authentic, you just see no comparison. There would be like end of the comparison and no competition against others. When you will be authentic, when you pursue like authentic version of yourself, when you do the things that are best for you, you don't see like competitors. You see uniqueness in others. You see how unique the way they are. And also, you should admire your individuality for people around you. You will admire it. When you be authentic, you will admire people around you, and you will just value them. And everyone can give you a warm shoulder at the end. So that was my mistake. And instead, you will see like other people and you support them when you will be authentic. So I guess that's all. In conclusion, I would like to say that there is like bitter truth being authentic. It's hard, but it takes time. So that was all.